Alright, so now we have the next match. Mythos is using Link Joker up against NeoBuster's Sea Heroes. So, of course, Sea Heroes have been in Team Battle vids before from DS. Their main gimmick is that they like to increase the power of their rears multiples at a time, and then they gain draw abilities as well as other skills from it. All of them have abilities that activate when their power becomes 4,000 more than their base on Generation Break 1, of course. And when combined, it can actually lead to a lot, and I do mean a lot, of powering up. The big card to look for is actually the one he just drove checked, because it's one of the only ones that has an active skill of giving 4,000 power to a unit, because otherwise they do have the ability to chain skills off with one another, but they don't really have active abilities to do it. Mythos rides to grade 2, and above that Millennium is Listening Deleter, Vura? Well, whatever the fuck it is, its skill is to rest it to give another unit 2k, so it's basically like the Sea Otter in Aqua Force. So now we see the Great Sea Hero Grand Gallop on Generation Break 2. If his power is 22,000 or more, boost is included, then it gets 3 draft checks. Mythos takes both attacks. And rides a Deleter. Sville. On Legion, it can counterblast 2 and discard 1 to delete the Vanguard. And when the Vanguard is deleted, it is flipped face down, it has 0 attack points, and it has no skill. Mythos forcing Legion, retiring for a critical, and then retiring the critical to call Blaster Joker, all to make sure he has 4 in drop. Still has a discard in hand so that he can get the skill for the Deleter off. Counterblast 2, discards 1, deletes the Vanguard, and he can also use Igor to move it to the soul and unflip 1 and draw 1. Loses his booster for it, but he's hitting for 22,000 anyway, so it doesn't matter. Calls Dileton from his hand, an extra 9k, so it can be blocked with a 10k shield even with a 0 Vanguard. NeoBuster not guarding the first attack. And the first check is a heal trigger. And second was Blaster Joker. Now, Mythos doesn't have hand right now. And Mythos not having hand, what that means for NeoBuster is if he can activate Stride right now, which is very possible, he's probably about to do it right now, and he's not. Never mind. He should have done stride, because it would have been 11 plus. He would have gotten a third drive check, and he would have had the chance to do some major damage. That's quite unfortunate. Especially because with 5,000, his Vanguard didn't have enough power to do damage even with one trigger. He would have needed 2 just to hit. So it was not worth what he did. Especially because he runs a Generation Break deck. Mythos forces Legion again. Because he feels like if he performs Legion and does a Legion skill, he will either be able to end it on this turn or prevent his opponent from doing anything in the next turn. Both of which are pretty good. So now Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 2, and lock one of his own units. Chooses the grade 2, which makes sense because it couldn't hit anyway. So now all 5 of NeoBuster's units are locked at once. Cannot be unlocked until the end of his next turn, because Cosmic Heroes don't have mechanics that allow them to unlock units. Drops a 2 pass. Mythos critical triggers. And if NeoBuster doesn't have guard, this could be it here. And even if he does have guard, he had to give up everything for that. So now he's top decking. If that was anything other than a grade 3 or this guy, Grand Rope, if it was anything but Grand Rope or grade 3, it literally doesn't do anything for him. He lost his chance to get anything off last turn. So Mythos can guard. Well, Mythos doesn't have to guard, it's a better thing to say. Someone came into my room during the recording, which isn't bad because I have donuts now. And unfortunately, NeoBuster can't guard. Good game. NeoBuster, your deck is based around Generation Break skills, so the fact that you didn't stride over a deleted unit is kind of what hurt you in this match. Mythos feeling like he would not have been able to guard had he not done Blaster Joker, even though it was a bit of a risk. But it did pay off. The score is 2 wins on both sides, so since this is Roundabout, the winners are going to start facing off one at a time. So when we come back, we'll start doing that.